There's a sense of royalty about this entire place. So I was completely surprised by the way that I handled the moment. Really the jump start of my career, and a moment that I will forever remember. This is the part where I walk down the stairs and these huge bouquet of flowers. They asked to carry my bag out onto the court, which no one has ever done before in my career. I'm very superstitious in the rituals, and this kind of took me out of my norm. And I was like, oh, is this a bad sign? But it turned out to be a good win. And here I am. And what's so special about Wimbledon is it's so stripped back, like there's a really strong energy around it. But when the players walk on the court, there's no fancy introduction. It's just you, your opponent, your bags, the flowers, and you go out and it's about the tennis, and that's what I've always appreciated about this event. My expectations were quite low, not only because I was playing finals of Wimbledon, but also because I was facing a champion and just a favorite on the surface. She was a two-time defending champion. And I was already intimidated by the moment, and seeing her across the net didn't help it. But I just zoned in on the occasion and was able to perform so well on that day. I took things on the rise, I played with power, and most importantly, I felt fearless that day. Like nothing was stopping me, not the crowd, not the noise, not all the things that were on the line. If I think I'd be in that position again, I would definitely feel the pressure and the weight of the moment. But I think I didn't let any of that stop me. So she was about to go up 5-4. I hit that lob. And I'm so focused here. I look back at that and I still have my little routine that I carried on through the rest of my career, where I pick my strings and go back and think about the moment a little bit. Okay, I think this is match point. Down the tee. I couldn't go to Serena's backhand on match point, obviously. And then getting down on the knees, this was incredibly special, in seeing my family and especially my father, who I shared this amazing journey with. Oh wow, you have this clip too. Oh my God. I wish he was here so I could show this to him. Oh, this is sweet. I heard that there's an easier access to the player area now, which is which is nice because I could not find him. And my manager, who still had hair at the time, and my dad definitely has less hair now. They're gonna be mad at me for saying that. Seeing him so happy and emotional, I think every parent sees their child go through so much in their life, and I think it was a moment where I grew up in front of thousands of people. I was still a teenager, but I had to mature. I had to compete at the highest level. I had to face the press, and I think this was his way of showing me that he's really proud of me.
Oh, she's got a third mum.
Now this is a first.
That's Tim Phillips, the chairman of the club. Sorry, John.
Unbelievable that first of all, that she could pull this off at this age. Now, can make a couple of calls or this is whatever she wants.
Because no one had expected that I would make it all the way to the final. She was on a flight that she couldn't change, and she's going to New York, and it was one of the first few flights that had television. And so the final was being played on TV as she was flying, and so she witnessed my victory on that screen. And of course, I completely forgot. I was swept by the moment, and I tried calling her, and there's no answer, and I thought it was my cell reception. I remember speaking to her just before I met all the media, and there's a little bathroom. I don't know if it's still there. But I said to the attendant, the media press attendant, I said, can I please just have a moment? And I went to the restroom and I dialed my mom. And that was a moment where I said, I won. And she's like, I know, I saw it on the plane. And we got to give it up for the trophy. This plate is one of the most unique trophies in sport. To have carried it around the stadium and seeing my father there and sharing a laugh with Serena. She knows what it's like to hold that thing several times. and it was my first, so it was a very, very special moment. I felt like as a player I was developing, but I didn't feel strong enough. I didn't feel like I had the experience on my back, and so I was completely surprised by the way that I handled the moment with each match. Because with each match, I think, also externally there was a noise that was, I think, influencing the way that I felt like, wow, this is getting to be a bigger and bigger moment. And then from the semifinal on, as a 17-year-old, I think I realized how special this was. Even though I was trying to stay focused and doing everything I could to block the noise away, I realized that the magnitude of it was incredible.